Hi Pisces, I hope that you're all doing well. We're here with the timeless reading. The first card that we have out is Two of Pentacles and Page of Cups. Okay, so I'm seeing you moving in the direction of a tower here, but at the same time, I'm seeing Ace of Swords on the bottom of the deck, and even though the tower can feel a little bit ominous sometimes when it comes out, I feel like it's actually going to bring you clarity rather than just further confuse anything. It looks like you're going right into a tower. Okay, what we're seeing before this is we have Page of Cups and we have Ace of Cups and we also have Two of Pentacles. Having Two of Pentacles there, it's a card that's about prioritizing, and it's a card about sort of like the things that you have on your plate and how you're working with what you have on your plate. So when it comes to the things that you have going on, how are you sort of maneuvering within that? I need to do a little bit of this today, I need to do a little bit of that today, or I need to stop doing this, or I need to start doing that. It's sort of that whole revolving door of your life. When we have Page of Cups here, there can be something that we are feeling, there can be something that we are sensing, there can be something that's coming up for us, and it feels too like while you have the things that you have going on, having Page of Cups and having Ace of Cups here feels like maybe you're embracing something else that you're bringing into the mix here, something that you feel connected with. This can be for the part of you that you want to grow that area of your life. This can be something like you have all of these tasks going on and maybe like a new friend comes through. It's going to be something where there's a part of you that wants to connect with something, or it can be a new activity that you really enjoy it a lot and you feel connected with it. Or it's something that feels like it's giving you some type of spiritual connection, something that's coming through. So that being said, we have that going on there. So you have all your stuff that you're doing. It seems like you have on top of that this new-ish thing that's sort of coming through, that because it's an Ace of Cups, it's sort of you don't really know in depth about this, but you know that it's an opportunity, you know that it's an option, but it's something that hasn't really gotten off the ground. It feels like it's sort of there. So your everyday stuff that you've been already working with, a possible new addition that's coming through. And then over here we have Six of Swords, which is about where you're moving towards, and that's when the Tower appears. And it feels like going into the heart of the city. It feels like going into the heart of some type of thing that's happening. And it feels too like a deliberate move that's being made to go right into that. How Six of Swords is about where you're going to, and it's weird because usually you'd think that you would be, the tower is happening and you're moving away from it. This is more so like moving right towards a tower, actually. I'm seeing Three of Swords, and I'm also seeing the Hanged Man here. I wonder if without realizing it, that's why you went in this direction. Kind of like didn't know that was going to happen is what this feels like. Because it doesn't make sense why you would move towards a tower unless you didn't realize, is the feeling that I get from this. Because why else would you move that way? You have Neptune here. What that means is that something that was going on actually wasn't being made explicitly clear, but then you find out, basically. Yeah, this is a very Neptunian thing that I'm seeing going on here, where it looks like there were feelings about something, and then having Neptune here can be what wasn't being seen, what wasn't being realized. In between the Empress and the World is the Hanged Man. I almost feel this as something that was attracted in, something that sort of came your way. This Ace of Cups almost feels like you were just doing your thing and this thing sort of entered into your sphere. When it comes to what you have going on, it's really a time where it feels like a lot of paying attention is happening, a lot of deliberation is happening, a lot of you focusing on the things that are really important versus not wasting your time with stuff that isn't actually important because of not being mindful or because of not being totally aware. When I see Page of Cups and I see Hanged Man, this feels like feelings that are coming up that may not have been interpreted totally accurately. Because the Hanged Man can show things not being seen there, things that have not totally been realized. Okay, here is that Ace of Swords. So whatever this was, I'm actually seeing this be... This is actually a great thing because what is below the tower is actually Ace of Swords, which shows that whatever wasn't being seen with the Hanged Man, it ends up coming out and then you see everything. And this can be stuff too where you're picking up on things and you're trying to connect with your guides and get information, and Hanged Man feels like it wasn't time for you to know certain things. It doesn't show that you're not connected, it shows that you are connected. However, what I'm seeing is that it's kind of like it wasn't time yet. Something wasn't time yet, but now I'm seeing it be time. And so you're moving somewhere and it feels like where you're going, something very unexpected ends up happening, but it actually allows for a breakthrough. So this is something that feels actually ultimately like it gives you what you need. like whatever it was that you didn't have or that you didn't see or that didn't, the full picture wasn't there, this is going to be when that thing happens. And also too, if you have been just getting by with something and just managing something, and you have to do this endless dance with the Two of Pentacles, because Two of Pentacles is like, have to juggle this today, have to juggle that today, and you don't really have any other option than to be constantly throwing this stuff around and doing your best at it, because we have the Empress underneath. Like, you're really trying your hardest here with this. Having Ace of Swords feels like finally having a breakthrough with that process. You could have felt like your arms were getting so tired, or you're just having to put your energy into this. It was growing so tired, and now this feels like, boom, something happening. And I do feel like this is based off of what you've been putting in. And there's this very tedious energy that I'm seeing here, almost like Saturn giving you the runaround. Saturn is like, jump on that now, like jump up and down on one foot, and you're like jumping up and down on one foot. And then Saturn's like, pick up that now and add it to what you're juggling, and then you have to do that. And then like Saturn won't give you a sip of water while you're exercising. It feels like this circus that you've been running through with Saturn here, where you just have to be the monkey for Saturn, is what this feels like to me. And then what I'm seeing happen is that then you basically do what needs to be done, and Saturn's like, okay, and the whistle gets blown, and then that's the moment when things get moving. So your little performance piece over here is ending, but it almost felt like what's happening? What am I supposed to be doing? Am I really supposed to just be here dancing for Saturn? And what this feels like is that you could have even felt like something was being put off, something kept being delayed. Like, when is Saturn going to blow the whistle? When's Saturn going to blow the whistle? And it was just going on and on and on and on. And then all of a sudden the whistle is blown, and Saturn's like, wow, you blew that out of the water. Great job. But it's like, wasn't giving you an update the whole time. Wasn't telling you really anything that you needed to know the whole time. And it's because of, I'm seeing something with Neptune being in between Venus and Saturn. And when you have Venus and Saturn together, it's when you really show up and you really put in the work and do the stuff that needs to be done, and you're really giving your energy to something, like giving it all into it. Saturn then is going to reward you for being disciplined with this, for just all the hoops that Saturn has asked you to jump through. But when you have Neptune there, it can feel like you're sort of running in place. But that could have been the feeling, because I'm actually seeing there be progress that you've made. You just, like, it wasn't being shown to you. It's like you're the highest scorer on the board, but it wasn't being shown to you because of something going on with Neptune, which makes things evasive, and it makes it so you can't really see what's going on. And this whole time I'm actually seeing you've been connected and you've been online, but this feels like a time where you could have felt like something was wrong with the connection the whole time. And it actually wasn't. It was just part of that game that was being played. So you're actually moving right into a huge, massive breakthrough. This is going to be a really big win for you. I want to clarify what this tower is. It feels like progress out of nowhere, like something shoots up, or just, you know, if you've been trying to do something, like make progress or whatever, it felt like something wasn't moving no matter what you did. And then it's like something kicks in, and all of the stuff that you did that wasn't going anywhere ends up all adding up at once, and something shoots off. It's that type of vibe that I'm seeing here with this. I feel too like you had to wear different hats as well with what you were doing. Like, you were given such minimal stuff to work with Two of Pentacles, and still you had to show up and be the Empress. Still you had to show up and do your thing here while trying to make sense of things. wonder if this is just a time of chaos that's finally over for you. Like, you're not going through a tower anymore. If this has been a tower that's been occurring for you, and it's like again and again and again, you start building, it's knocked over, you start building, it's knocked over, again and again and again and again, this is going to be you breaking out of that. Because you could have kept trying to move forward, and it's like every time you move forward, there's another tower there again and again. Because I'm not seeing this be a bad thing. We have 6 of Wands on the bottom of the deck, which shows that this is a win for you. This is a good thing for you. You're going to feel really happy about this, is what I'm seeing. You're just going to also see what you weren't seeing before. Can you tell me anything about this tower? You're going to be very happy with it, is what I'm seeing. I'm getting 4 of Wands on the bottom of the deck to clarify this. 4 of Wands is like everything coming back to a place of homeostasis. And 4 of Wands is also a card of celebration, of joy, of everything is right again in the world. I feel even tired going through this reading. Like, all of the stuff that you've been having to do feels so exhausting, Pisces. Yep. There's definitely a feeling of relief here. You're finally going to feel like you made progress. This really does feel like one of those, the movement being delayed. Like, you're still doing all of the work, but weren't really moving anywhere. And then you see like everything all at once, like all of that movement that you've been making for all of this time ends up all adding up at once. And then it just, something takes off. And this being a really good thing, like you finally bust out of this energy that had been sort of keeping you feeling like you were going around in these circles. Because some of you, I'm seeing you've really been putting in work, a lot of it. Having 4 of Wands and having Justice is like, now all of the stuff that's owed to you comes through. And when I say owed to you, I mean it's based off of what you've been doing. Because you could have been feeling like, I'm doing this stuff and doing this stuff and doing this stuff, and like nothing is really coming of it. Like, where are the results from these things? And now you see like all of them come in. But it feels really surprising for some reason with the Tower here. Like, and this can be a very quick shift that happens as well. Like, things just turning on their head. And you will see this as progress made, as ground covered, and you will see this as a breakthrough with the energy. Because I do feel too, like, having Tower, which is connected with the energy of Mars, which is you having to put in all of this energy constantly. It feels like stuff has been going on and you've constantly been pouring your energy into it, and that the Tower has just been ongoing again and again and again and again. And for some of you, this has been affecting your Venus, which it can be affecting your productivity. It can be stuff affecting your finances. It can be stuff affecting your energy, your creativity. The things that allow you to feel like you're showing up how you want to within life and adding things to life that are your own touch and the stuff that matters to you and how you bring beauty to the world having Tower here feels like all of the stuff that you've been going through that has maybe even too at times felt like it was getting in the way of you just doing your thing here. And now when we end with Ace of Swords, it does feel like you finally breaking out of that. Like you don't have to be in that cycle of towers anymore. And there being this really beautiful feeling this is one of those times too where you stayed on the right path the whole time, even though you weren't being shown what was gonna happen. And you could have just been doing it because you felt like this is the right way to be doing things and this is what I need to do for myself. And like you didn't compromise your integrity here with justice. And having Four of Wands is sort of that, the word reprieve is coming through. It's that time where you feel like things fall into place. It does feel like this comes about abruptly. I wonder too if you've been balancing projects or something like that. When I'm seeing Two of Pentacles and I'm seeing the Empress, this can be like, gotta take care of my multiple kids or my multiple projects or my multiple activities or hobbies that I love, or all of these different things that I have going on within my life, and gotta show up properly for everything. Because Empress shows you really in your power here and really showing up and doing your thing. Kind of regardless of what's going on within the environment, because I'm seeing a lot of chaos within the environment, but you still showing up and still producing, still giving your energy, still flowering. And this is when you have that breakthrough. But I do get this feeling of something being kept from you. I wonder why that was too. Like, let's clarify the energy with Neptune, see what that was. Seeing what you've earned, really hard work. Maybe even for you to be able to have peace about something. It was just time for this to happen now. I do think that this strongly has to do with the transits going on. Because I'm seeing Mars over here in the corner, and then over here I'm seeing Venus, I'm seeing Neptune, and I'm seeing Saturn together. And this even feels like maybe Mars possibly aspecting Venus, or something going on with Mars. It can be an activation within your chart. It can be something that's going on as far as a transit that you're experiencing. But I'm also seeing Venus and Neptune and Saturn being there. And it now being time for that shift. It's now time for that change to happen. It's like this whole time you think that you've been watering something and it hasn't been growing, and then but you're still watering it because you feel like that's what you needed to do. And then today you go out there and you look and it grew like so much higher than you even thought it would ever grow. A total breakthrough, Pisces. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.